Hello, my name is Nick Hartog and I'm a student here at PNW. I'm studying to be a nurse and I have a minor in nutrition. I've always thought that health and nutrition was important and a key to live the best life that you want to live. So my job here today is to make it easy and accessible to you as much as possible. I know most of you here are just middle class families in Cherryville, Indiana. Uh, Maybe you have kids, maybe you don't, maybe you work full time, maybe you don't. But I know that that stuff can be extremely stressful for you and your families. And I'm here to help you make it a little bit easier. I do believe, though, that a healthy lifestyle can really help with that stress in life. If you can live a healthier lifestyle, then you can tend to have a bit more energy to do the things that you want to do in life. So I would first start off by doing a pre-assessment. I would probably do more. I would have more questions, a more in-depth questionnaire for you guys, but for the sake of the presentation, I just wanted to ask some basic ones. Questions like how many calories would you say that you consume a day? Not many people know the answer to this, but if you do, it's a big help to be able to maintain your weight. How much water do you drink? Tends to be People tend to not drink as much water as they should. They tend to replace it with juices and pop, things like that. And we're getting a lot of our calories from drinks, and we're not staying as hydrated as we should be. How often do you exercise and the intensity? Are you doing 15-minute exercises of high intensity or are you doing 45-minute long walks? Do you follow any health promoting pages on social media? I ask this simply because surrounding yourself with a lot of positive and health promoting pages can really keep you on track and stay motivated as you're scrolling through social media. And then I also want to know what your daily habits are like. I'll get a little bit more into this in the next slide, but I think daily habits are a huge part of your routine of staying on track and achieving your goals. And do you prefer to cook your own food or do you like to eat out? Cooking your own food allows you to track exactly how much you're eating and what ingredients are being used compared to eating out where you don't know what's in the food or how much you're actually eating. So going back to habits now, if we can build positive habits and minimize the bad ones, you can really thrive in my program. So I first would want to do is to change the core of your identity. And what I mean by this is your identity comes with your own beliefs, your self-image, how you look at yourself and the world. And if you can identify with somebody who eats healthier, who exercises more, and wants to stay positive, you tend to naturally start doing more smaller habits of that type of person. It makes it a little bit easier. And if you're a little bit easier on yourself, you have a little bit more positivity of doing those habits. They are easier to do in the long run. I also want you to be able to identify the ticks of the bad habits. I don't necessarily want to get rid of the bad habits by themselves. I want to be able to get rid of what makes you do that bad habit in the first place. And if we can avoid doing that, if we can avoid the tick, then you can eliminate the bad habit. I also think that habit stacking would be a good idea. So for instance, if you have a morning routine of good habits, you can do one of your new good habits along with your morning routine. For instance, if you wake up, make your bed, brush your teeth, and make yourself a cup of coffee, after you make yourself a cup of coffee, why don't you go outside and do a light 15-minute walk? It just adds on. You're just stacking on habit after habit, and then once you can get them all done at the same time. I also don't really care much about motivation, but more about systems. And what I mean by this is setting up a daily routine. Systems is just another word for a daily routine that doesn't set you up to fail. If you have your day planned out and you think about how you want to attack each habit and at what time and where, and you have it all written down, and you follow that system, you're more than likely to follow it. If you don't, and if you just wing it throughout the day. And I also want you to set yourself up in proper working environments. So for instance, if you like to lay down on your bed to watch TV, but you know that you need to do some sort of work or cooking, if you have work that you need to do, but you're laying down and watching TV, try finding a different place to do that work. So, for instance, have a workspace and then have a relaxing space. Because if you try to work in your relaxing space, it's harder to stay focused on the work. So, now I want you to set what kind of goals that you would like to have. What exactly do you plan to achieve? And have you prepared to make the necessary changes? What I just simply mean by that is just having a positive outlook. I need you to have a positive outlook, and don't be so hard on yourself. And then we're going to build a community together and keeping each other accountable and showing support when you lack it. So by just simply writing down your goals and either putting them up on your wall or in a notebook or a journal is your best way to stick to those goals. And if you have to look at it every single day to remind yourself why you're doing the things that you're doing, could be a good way to keep yourself disciplined. So getting into a little bit of nutritional advice, I want you to find a diet that works for you. There is no right diet for everybody, but you can make a diet that works for you. If you want to eat more fruits and vegetables, that is fine. If you want to eat mostly meat, that's fine. If you want to do keto or if you want to do the paleo diet, that is fine. Just find something that works for you. Try to avoid sugars as much as possible. Sugar is in everything. Sugar is a detriment to so many health problems in today's society. So if you can avoid it as much as possible, you'll be in good hands. And then sugar also affects the gut health or your second brain. The more you eat sugar, the more you feed the bad bacteria in your stomach, and then the more you crave that sugar. So if you can feed the good gut bacteria that's in your stomach, then you start to crave more of the healthier foods, and it's easier to stay away from those cravings. I want you to also read the labels before buying. If you can know what's in something before you buy it, you'd be surprised what you might find. There's a lot of foods out there that are being promoted as healthy and nutritious, but then when you look at the back of the label, there isn't anything nutritious about it. And the sugar-free cereal that you bought has sugar in it, but they just put a different name to it. If you can, try to avoid drinking your calories. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, when people tend to drink a lot of pop and not enough water, we consume a lot of our calories in drinks. If you can eliminate, just simply eliminating the calories from your drinks, you can probably cut your total amount of calories that you have per day by at least 300 to 500 calories. Because some people may have several cans of Coke, or they may have 2 jumbo size pops at the gas station, and that's a lot of calories in just drinking those 2. If you can, try to explore locally. Your local farmer's market or your local farm tends to have really good quality foods. They may be a little bit more expensive, yes, but you are supporting a good cause and you know what's in those foods. And they usually tend to taste very good too, because they are what food is supposed to taste like. It's not jacked up with sugar or with hormones and things like that. Just do a little bit of exploring and examination before you buy something. And then I want you guys all to understand that treats are still okay as long as it's in moderation. I don't want you to be extremely strict with your diet. I want you to have some flexibility to your diet. Make it fun for you. Make it fun for you all. If you can make it fun, it's easier to stick with. And then just always remember, calories in, calories out. One of the laws of thermodynamics is to lose weight, just make sure you're burning more calories than you are putting in your body. So how do you achieve these nutritional goals? Well, just eat the proper amounts of fruits and vegetables. Make sure you're hitting your proper protein intake. You can meal plan if you want, and you can also track your macros if you want. It's about 0.5 to 1.2 grams per lean body mass of protein that you should take. And then tracking your macros would be your protein, your carbs, and your fats. You can use apps to help you stay on track of what you're doing. You can also look at the nutritional labels, and they should have all that written for you, and then you can do the math at the end of the day if you're old school. So how do you achieve physical goals? Try out different types of exercises that helps you to achieve your goals. There's all sorts of different variations of the same exercise. Find something that you enjoy doing and that makes you feel good. And plan that out. Plan that out each day. Let's set a specific time for you to do your exercises, even if it's for 15 to 20 minutes. That's okay, as long as it's just a small amount of time each day. You can build on that each week and each month and each year, and you can do more and more as you get more comfortable. But for beginners, just start small and slow. So don't have and set realistic expectations for yourself. Don't expect to lose 10 pounds in the first week. Don't expect to get a six-pack by the third month. Start slow, be very patient with yourself, and eventually results will come. But it isn't about the results, it's about the journey. So I'm also going to be giving you guys a daily fit tracker. This is just a log of you writing down your goals, what you ate, how you exercised, and then you reflecting on the day, how you felt about your day, how you felt about yourself doing those things, and what you would like to improve on, and what you thought you did well. This is only optional. So, nearing the end of my presentation here. If you guys would like, you guys can join my Facebook group for more support, accountability, and general discussions on health and fitness. We also do weekly check-ins there as well. We do a post where we discuss how our week went and what we could do to improve ourselves, and we give each other advice in those threads. And then if you also want a little bit more information